Once upon a time in the woods near a bustling little town lived a happy-go-lucky field mouse named Milo. Now Milo was just your average field mouse, except for one thing. But as soon as he did, the ground began to rumble and shake, and the tree hollows suddenly transformed into a magnificent elevator. The walls were lined with sparkling crystals, and instead of buttons, there were only glowing mushrooms. And when the elevator doors opened, they revealed a sight that made Milo's whiskers twitch with delight. Before him lay a vast underground kingdom filled with even more mushrooms, glowing plants, and friendly animals. He absolutely loved exploring. Oh, how he loved to sniff out new places! With a mischievous glint in his eye, he dashed forward and touched a nearby mushroom. "Time to show us what you can do." It was the turtle. "We need someone strong and quick to help us deliver these messages to our people." You see, a terrible drought had befallen the kingdom of Avalor, withering away their beautiful plants and making their once clear streams run dry. But the turtle had a plan to save his people. Using the last of his magical energy, he'd placed enchanted acorns around the kingdom, each containing a message that, when delivered, would bring back Avalor's water and greenery. What a day it had been, thought Milo, as the elevator finally came to a stop and the entrance dissolved into a pile of ordinary pine cones. But wait, these weren't just any pine cones. They glowed with the same magical light as the mushrooms in Avalor. Immediately, he felt a surge of warm energy flow through him. "I can't believe we actually got these." He and Lucy stared at the pine cones in wonder, knowing they'd found something truly special. And from that day forward, whenever they felt a bit blue, all they had to do was gaze at their glowing souvenirs and remember their amazing adventure in the underground kingdom of Avalor. And things, especially during the autumn season when the forest floor was littered with all sorts of treasures. One crisp autumn day, while gathering pine cones with his best friend Lucy, a squirrel, Milo noticed something strange. "It's full of enchanted acorns. Deliver them to the whispering worms, the crystal geysers, and the squirrel orchestra." But after hearing the turtle's message, the worms wriggled with delight and helped Milo and Lucy plant the first batch of acorns. Next, they visited the crystal geysers, whose waters once flowed freely but had since dried up. But once the geysers heard the turtle's plea, they spouted into the air with renewed vigor, carrying the acorn to the squirrel orchestra. "They will help you on your way." Half hidden beneath some fallen leaves was a tree hollow with a large button in its center. And what was so strange about this button was that it looked exactly like an acorn, from drums and flutes to violins, and even a piano. But when the squirrels heard the turtle's message, they stopped playing and listened intently. Then, with a flick of their bushy tails, they were off, dashing through the trees and burying the acorns deep within the soft earth. Curious beyond belief, Milo couldn't resist the urge to press it, but as the doors closed, the turtle's voice echoed through the shaft. "Thank you for everything, my little friends. Now, as promised, we shall bring you back to the surface." "Wow!" gasped Milo. "I can't believe we're actually here." He turned to Lucy, who was staring at the elevator button in disbelief. "Well, hello there," he said with a warm smile. "I must say you found us. The entrance to Avalor is rarely used, especially by outsiders. Did we just find the legendary mushroom kingdom of Avalor?" Just then, an elderly turtle ambled up to them, holding a staff topped with a glowing mushroom. Touching one would fill them with magical energy, allowing them to use powerful spells. However, this energy could only be used for good deeds. "But how did you know we weren't from around here?" asked Milo. "Oh, easy," replied the turtle. "You see, everyone in Avalor has a special glow about them, a glow that comes from the love and kindness in their hearts." He gestured towards Milo and Lucy. "And although your glows are faint, they're definitely from outside our kingdom." As the turtle explained, the glowing mushrooms lining the elevator were not just for decoration, but served as a power source for those kind-hearted enough to touch them. "Fascinating," said Milo. "All right, you the lovebirds," boomed a deep voice. That sounds wonderful, said Milo, but how can we help? The turtle handed Milo a small bag. Take this, he said. First, they went to the whispering worms, who, true to their name, whispered secrets to the wind. And what a sight it was! Hundreds of squirrels were gathered around, playing every instrument imaginable. As the sun began its slow descent, Milo and Lucy returned to the elevator, feeling as though they'd made a real difference. And just like that, they were shot upwards, soaring through the sky with the wind whipping through their fur and feathers. Oh, wow, breathed Milo, carefully picking one up.